But the biggest thing about going to Emory, and I think where God comes into play, is I met my wife when I was at Oxford. We became friends my first year there.
Yeah.
And then we started dating in our last year of college.
College. Okay.
She was art history, visual arts student. I was an English and creative writing student. I was going to go get my master's in fine arts. She was going to go to medical school. And I realized if we're going to go to school together, or if we're going to be together, if we go to different schools, like what's the likelihood that we stay together? I was like, April,
long distance, right? Yeah.
Let's compromise. How about we both apply to law school, and then let's just ditch our initial goals and let's go to law school together. And let's not let what we become be our goal, but let's let us being together be our goal.
Okay, I see that main goal. Okay, I see what you mean. The bigger picture.
So like, okay, let's do that.
Shit.
What's really funny though is April and I had very similar scores, LSAT, GPA, and everything. So when we're applying to schools, like I realized like we're kind of canceling each other out.
Like you guys are competition.
I'm getting accepted in one place, and she's getting accepted in another. I'm getting rejected.
She's getting accepted.
Rejected in the other. Yeah. It's just like I'm like, oh man, like because we're coming from the same school, we're coming from the same like creative background, same GPA, same LSAT scores.
On paper, right? Y'all look pretty similar, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, man, what am I going to do? But my dream school to get accepted into was Penn State, because that's where my dad went to school.
What? That's how it okay, now it makes sense. Penn State, damn.
So I grew up, my dad got his master's and PhD there, so I grew up on Penn State football. Korean people don't even really watch football if you're like from Korea.
Not at
when
all.
you live in a town like State College, there's no way you can't get into it. And my dad was like full blown, like heavy Penn State and Nittany Lion. So I grew up, even if we switched schools, we still rooted for Penn State.
Damn,
so my dream school, once I came out of Emory, was like, I want to go. I'm a huge I'm like a college football nerd. So I want to go to Penn State for law school. So I realized I get my acceptance letter first. And I realized at that point, I was like, okay, April might not get in because I just got in. So I contacted admissions. And I said, look, my wife also applied. And I just want to let you know, like, we've been dealing with this issue where I get accepted to one and she doesn't, or she gets accepted and I don't. But this is my dream school. And I'd really like for you to give both of us the opportunity to enroll there. And they were like, man, you guys should have just told us in your application that you're married. We love married couples. That's how we got into Penn State. We got accepted, really, at that moment, I think. They were like, yeah, no problem. And then so that's how we got to law school. And then in law school, I'm from a creative background. So, man, it was hard. It's a foreign language. It's very, very difficult. I usually when I study, then I can make an A. That's if I make my decision to go for it, I'm going to make it happen. Law school doesn't work that way. It's graded on a curve. So a couple people make A's, few people make B's, most make C's. Some people make D's, and if you try really, really hard in law school, you can make an F. So most people get C's and B's. That's how it goes.
So average, wow.
You could study. So me and April, we're studying like 10, 12, 13 hours a day. Like we're going in just trying to learn this. And at the end of the semester, after all the studying that I did, because in law school, there's only one test at the end. There's no homework assignments, no pop quizzes. There's just one test at the end of the year. For sure. At the end of the semester, I made straight B's. Straight B's and 1A, something like that. What? April made very similar scores. And that crushed my soul because I was like, man, I put in so much work and this is what I got. So the second semester, I played it a little bit smarter. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm not going to put in that type of work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work smarter. I'm going to study for the exam, not study for the course. And, played more basketball, played more golf, chilled more. And there are these things in law school, outlines are like gold. So find outlines from previous students, from previous courses, just working smarter. And then at the end of the semester, I got the exact same grade. Like that curve shit is like it just fucks up I think it doesn't show like how hard you worked.
It doesn't
And I
factor
realized
in.
at that point, like law school was just fucking it's bullshit. Like they're giving everyone the same grade, and it's hard to overachieve and get that A. It's very, very difficult
Only if
because
you will,
everyone's
right?
so
Yeah,
competitive.
of
Most
course.
people are just getting B's and C's.